Hello Tutu, this is Mr. Tan here. Alright, you have learned how to solve very simple equations that involves only one steps. Okay, for example, equation like m plus 3 equals to 8. You have also learned how to solve equation like a minus 2 equals to minus 1, for instance. Alright, you have learned how to solve equations that involve multiplications, and in this case here we have minus 3b equals to 15, for instance, right? And the last one, you have also learned how to solve equations involving divisions. So in this case here we have what, w over 2 equals to 4. Okay, let's try to solve each of the equations. Alright, so the first thing, in order to solve an equation, the first thing is, right, you need to isolate. Okay, what do I mean by isolate? That means all your variables goes to the left hand side and all the numbers to the right hand side. Alright, so in this case here, let's solve question 1. So on the left hand side of the equations we have m plus 3. On the right hand side we have 8. So according to the rules here, we need to isolate them. So in this case here, the variables on the left hand side, the numbers will go to the right hand side. In this case here, we have on the left hand side we have a variable, we have a number. So in this case here, we need to make the number on the left hand side disappear, right? So in order to make it disappear, what should you be doing? I will simply need to minus away 3 on the left hand side of the equations. Am I right? So for 3 minus 3, I will get 0. Alright, the plus 3 will disappear by itself. Alright, so in order to make the equation balance, I need to subtract 3 on the right hand side. So in this case here, after subtracting 3, what do I get here? And I'm left with m on the left hand side and 5 on the right hand side. Alright, so to check if this is the solutions to the equations, you just simply need to substitute m equals to 5 back to the equations. Alright, and you will get back 8. Alright, so now let's try solving question 2. In this case here, the equation involved subtractions on the left hand side. So again, following the same rules, right, the variables will stay on the left hand side, the numbers will have to shift to the right hand side. So in this case here, I have a minus 2 here. Alright, so in order to make the minus 2 on the left hand side disappear, what do? I would have to introduce a plus 2 to the left hand side. Am I right? Because minus 2 plus 2 give you 0. Right, so introducing a plus 2 on the left hand side, I need to introduce a plus 2 on the right hand side in order to make the equation balance. So in this case here, I have a on the left hand side and I have minus 1 plus 2, I will get 1. Right, so try substituting the solutions back to the equations and you will get minus 1. Okay, let's take a look at question 3. In this case here, on the left hand side of the equations we have a variable. On the right hand side we have the numbers. Right, so the variable is already on the left hand side, the number is on the right hand side. Remember, solving the equations, we need to find the value for the unknown b. So in this case here, minus 3b equals to 15. So what is b? Alright, so I need to know b. Alright, but I have a minus 3b. Alright, and in this case here on the right hand side I have 15. Right. So in order to get rid of the minus 3, I need to divide the left hand side by minus 3. Am I right? Because minus 3 and minus 3, I will get 1. Right? So in order to make the equation balance, I need to divide by minus 3 on the right hand side. Right? So in this case here, on the left hand side I would have b, on the right hand side I would have minus 5. So substituting this solution back to the equations, minus 3b equals 15, minus 3 times minus 5 gives me 15. So b equals to minus 5 is the solutions to this equation. Alright, we have the last set of equations that involve divisions. Alright, so in this case here, on the left hand side, on the right hand side. On the left hand side we only have the variables. On the right hand side we have the numbers. So in this case here, we just need to find the unknown, which is w in this case. Alright, so what we have is w over 2 equals to 4. Right. So in order to make 2 disappear, we just want to find the value of w. So in order to make over 2 disappear, we need to multiply the whole expressions by 2, because 2 and 2 cancel, I'm left with w. So if I multiply with 2 on the left hand side, I need to multiply with 2 on the right hand side. Am I right? So in this case here, on the left hand side we have w, on the right hand side 4 multiplied by 2 we have 8. Okay, so we try substituting the solution back to the equations. 4 over 2, 8 over 2 give me 4. Right, so w equals to 8 is the solution to the equations.